Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. I hope everybody's doing well.
We hope you're having a really great day.
So this is Peter Dunev, and we've talked about him multiple times recently, actually. He keeps popping up. And actually, Cindy's felt his presence around us.
Yeah, I have, and I've seen the overlay over you too.
Yeah, as if he was like overlaying or overshadowing me. A very interesting person. Here's a quote from him. Do not look for happiness outside yourself. The awakened seek happiness inside. Very true. He was known for many things. One thing is his prophecies. And so he did give us some prophecies. He also taught people how to stay healthy with a certain interesting form of exercise that's reminiscent of QiGong. You know, it's almost reminiscent of kind of like a moving dance at the same time, but it's all about moving the life force. And he was a Bulgarian mystic, prophet, as well as teacher in many different ways, as far as true health, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Definitely a Renaissance man of sorts. And he was known also as Benissa Duono, and he was called master by many of his followers. He developed a form of esoteric Christianity known as the Universal White Brotherhood, and that's white as in white light. It's not white as in racist in any way, shape, or form. He is widely known in Bulgaria, where he was voted second by the public in the Great Bulgarians TV show, as far as great and influential Bulgarians. And he also actually helped a lot of Jews escape during the Holocaust. And Einstein thought extremely highly of him. And so why do we bring him up? Well, yeah, this popped up today, and it just hit me right off. Earth appears to be traveling through the debris of ancient supernova. Radioactive dust deep beneath the ocean waves suggests the Earth is moving through a massive cloud left behind by an exploded star. Continuously for the last 33,000 years. 33.
There's that number again.
Space has been seeding Earth with a rare isotope of iron, forged in the supernova. It's not the first time that the isotope known as iron-60 has dusted our planet, but it does contribute to a growing body of evidence that such dusting is ongoing. We are still moving through an interstellar cloud of dust that could have originated from a supernova millions of years ago. So that really hit me, and there's also another article here on the Watchers talking about the same thing, because when we look at his prophecy of these times is exactly what Cindy has gotten, and kind of goes along with everything that has been forming in my mind and intuition. And he makes the statement that, and this is quite a few years ago, let's just take a look at Wiki again. See, he was born in 1864 and died in 1944, right? So he died in 1944. It's a long time ago. And when we look at his prophecy, he says, our solar system is now traversing a region of the cosmos where a constellation that was destroyed left its mark, its dust. You know, it's exactly what we see the scientists letting us know today. Today, here in 2020, somehow he knew that we were going through pretty much what they say, the scientists say right now. This crossing of a contaminated space is a source of poisoning, not only for the inhabitants of the Earth, but for all the inhabitants of other planets in our galaxy. Only the suns are not affected by the influence of this hostile environment. This region is called the 13th zone. One also calls it the zone of contradictions. Our planet was enclosed in this region for thousands of years, but we are finally approaching the exit of this space of darkness, and we are on the point of attaining a more spiritual region where more evolved beings lived. The Earth is now following an ascending movement, and everybody should force themselves to harmonize with the currents of the ascension. Those who refuse to subjugate themselves to this orientation will lose the advantage of the good conditions that are offered in the future to elevate themselves. They will remain behind in evolution and must wait tens of millions of years for the coming of a new ascending wave. The Earth, the solar system, the universe are all being put in a new direction under the impulsion of love. Most of you still consider love as a derisory force, but in reality it's the greatest of all forces. Money and power continue to be venerated as if the course of your life depended upon it. In the future, all will be subjugated to love and all will serve it. But it's through suffering and difficulties that the consciousness of man will be awakened. And then he goes on to talk about the prophecies of the book of Daniel.
And there's a lot going on in there too. And I personally haven't studied the book of Daniel, so give me some parallels with that.
Oh, well, it's very, very, again, apocalyptic. And as you see, terrible predictions of the prophet Daniel written in the Bible, as well as others. We could look into many, many places, many of the smaller prophets as well. They relate to the epoch that is opening. There will be floods. Obviously, we got that. Hurricanes. Obviously, we got that. Gigantic fires. Yeah, we got that. It's like a checklist. Yeah. Check, check, check. Earthquakes that will sweep everything away. Blood will flow in abundance. Yeah, that's starting too. There will be revolutions. Terrible explosions will resound in numerous regions of the earth. There where there is earth, water will come. There where there is water, earth will come. God is love, yet we are dealing here with a chastisement, a reply by nature against the crimes perpetrated by man since the night of the time against his mother, the earth. Again, we're out of balance with Mother Earth, and that's apparently very, very obvious. Law of cause and effect, law of karma. If you look at Kings and Chronicles, every time the people fall away and get into disharmony, then there's always natural disasters, somebody attacking them, or a plague breaks out. So, it's, again, we could call it different things, chastisement, or just simply karma, cause and effect. But we're moving out of a different area, and this is what, he is talking about. After these sufferings, those that will be saved, the elite, not the elite that we talk about, but those that are going to rise up in vibrations, they'll know a golden age of harmony and unlimited beauty. So keep your peace and your faith when time comes for suffering and terror, because it's written that not a hair will fall from the head of the just. Don't be discouraged, simply follow your work of personal perfection. And then he gets on talking about how good it's going to be. You have no idea of the grandiose future that awaits you. A new earth will soon see day. And he goes on to talk more about it and how we will voyage through different planes of space and break through intergalactic space, and we will learn all new things, and there'll be a creation of a new root race as well on the earth. And he does talk about the fact that these dark energies that are all around us, and many people call them, different names. Obviously Draco, and they have the Greys working for him. Some will call some of the dark shades wraith. They're like wraith-like beings as well. So they're all basically in this area where there was terrible cataclysm and calamity.
Yeah, and they're here all the time. Your senses pick them up constantly, and that's why some people get that sensory overload so easily.
So he talks about how bad things have been. Our present life is a slavery, a heavy prison. Understand your situation, liberate yourself from it. I tell you this, exit from your prison. It's really sorry to see so much misleading, so much suffering, so much incapacity to understand where one's true happiness lies. But he also talks about a wave of cosmic fire that's going to come, and this wave is going to affect everybody and everything.
It will, and I think that's what I've seen too in my visions, where this wave of energy, and it's like light that's going to come through, and it's going to like physically go through our bodies, and we're going to be left with more light, less dense.
Yeah, moving into that, higher realm of existence, higher vibratory level. So he's another one that, again, he is a Christian and even talks about the second coming, but he talks about ascension, and he talks about all the esoteric things that have been hidden from the populace, and it is all about basically ascending. activating our kundalini, opening up our chakras, activating the pineal gland, and then becoming a true multidimensional being that's able to consciously move between realms, develop the Merkaba, and you could go anywhere. So, this is a new era that we're coming into. And to find, these type of articles come out, that's a biggie, because that's very well described in his prophecies. And here you have science, letting us know that, that's exactly where we have been. We've been in this energetic zone. And that's a real, at least, a very interesting, curious fact.
It really is, and I do enjoy it when I see these kind of confirmations come through. They're nice.
Exactly. So it's very, very, it's something to look forward to. And it is one more confirmation. And so, perhaps we're ready to almost get out of this crazy roller coaster ride that we've been on. It still might have several years to go. And so we need to be looking for the long haul. But, hold your head up and know that at some point we are going to get out of this, and it is going to basically be a heaven on earth situation.
Yeah, things will change, and it's really important to go through your shadows right now and deal with all your issues so that when this light does come, it's not going to be so difficult.
Yeah, this is the time to purge and cleanse constantly. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. That's it. We just have to in this time period because we're being bombarded with so many energies that can overwhelm us, and so many external inputs coming in from the media and from the politicians and everything. This is a multidimensional galactic war that we are in a part of.
It is, and we can't forget that either. We really can't.
So guys, as always, thank you for your support on Patreon and also on Ko-Fi. Make sure you are still subscribed and have the bell clicked for all notifications. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.